Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. Today we're in the office. We're talking about some automotive news. As you guys know, RAM and Stellantis is trying to spur any type of good business towards their company, and we'll see if this makes any sense to you. Before we get started, if you don't mind reaching down there in the corner, down by the description, and hit the subscribe button, helps the small channel out. It is free to do. Have a lot of great content on the channel, so head over there, check out for automotive news and reviews and everything else. Now, to the nitty-gritty of this. So, last week, Stellantis said that they intend on entering the mid-sized truck market again, coming in 2027. Now, if you guys remember, way back in the day, the 90s, they had the Dodge Dakota. The Dodge Dakota was a true mid-sized truck at the time. It towered over the S10 and the Ranger at the time, even the Toyota in size and everything. It also came packed with either a 360 V8, one of the best, as far as I'm concerned, engines Dodge made at the time, and even a 318, which we all know that little V8 was a long-lasting thing if you can keep oil in it. So they made the Dakota all the way up into 2011. Matter of fact, they were one of the first ones to bring out the quad cab, which was a four-door mid-sized truck, and those trucks actually had pretty good tow rating. Fast forward to 2011, they decided to drop out of the market. Why? Because most buyers were now buying half tons at that point, and Ford did the same thing. They dropped the Ranger for a few years. Although you may not know this, is in Brazil and in Mexico, if you guys visited those countries, you probably saw something down there with Dodge on it, which was a crew cab, short bed looking little pickup, right? Well, that was the Dodge or RAM Rampage that they make in those other countries. Now, it's not all that appealing to look at. If you guys remember the 2005-ish Subaru Baja, it basically looks like that on steroids, and it just wasn't a lot to look at. And I think most American buyers, or most buyers, want a truck to look like a truck. Otherwise they would buy like a Santa Cruz, right, or a Maverick. But even the Maverick kind of looks like a little pickup. But what they have said is they intend on doing this. Now, if you take Chrysler, sorry, I keep saying Chrysler because I'm old school, but Stellantis, at their word, they promised us the Ram Rev, the Ram Charger, and those really are nowhere to be seen. Matter of fact, they just paused the Rev kind of indefinitely, I guess, until they decide if it's going to take off. Now with the way everything's changing when it comes to EVs, those may never come to fruition, although they are real vehicles. They intended on making them. But Stellantis even went so far as to saying that they're going to make the new RAM Rampage in the Belvidere plant, which has kind of been sitting idle and not doing a whole lot. And they're trying to enter this segment again, which doesn't make a lot of sense. If you go over the statistics of that, they're saying that the overall length of that pickup's going to be under 200 inches. You go to the Tacoma, that thing's up to 226 inches long. The Colorado is up to 213, and the Ranger is up to 211 in overall length. And this thing's going to be about 11 inches shorter. And the spy photos, if you will, or the conceptual things that are out there, basically show that this thing looks like it's carrying over most of the Dodge Hornet crap inside, which we have a review on the Hornet, so you can go check that out. And they're intending also of using the four-cylinder that's in that, potentially in the Rampage. Now, although it makes a lot of power, a smaller truck isn't going to have any more capacity. And I don't know about y'all, but if you just need a truck to haul a few things here and there, but most of those beds are so short, even an 8-foot 2x4 is going to stick way out. Their beds are not that long at all. They're not even like a 6'4" or even a 5'8" bed. So it's one of those things. They're also saying that this truck is potentially going to be in the $35,000 range. And I think when you got the Toyota Tacoma, which is one of everybody's favorite little trucks out there, you got the Ford Ranger, you got the GMC Canyon, and you got the Chevy Colorado, I don't see in this making much sense. And then if they're going to pack that little four-cylinder in there, that's fine. Most of them are running some type of a Turbo 4, so I don't have a huge issue with that. Now, they do make a diesel in other countries. I wouldn't anticipate that coming here because our emissions restrictions, especially on diesels, are way higher than what you'd find in other countries. And so I don't see that happening either. And if the spy photos or the conceptual drawings are, it kind of looks like a real toned down 1500. And I think there is a place for these compact pickups. I think there's a place for what you call these mid-size pickups in this segment, especially for people that are restricted to, say, parking areas. They don't have a lot of room at their house, a small garage. They just don't need a truck a ton of times. They need to haul a lawnmower once in a while, or, you know, a bag of grapefruit. I don't really know. But when you start looking at some of these up trim ones, and if that's the starting price is almost $35,000, does it play into effect when you can buy a Chevy half-ton, a Ford F-150, or even a Ram 1500 and get a full-size pickup with a full-size cab and then a little bit longer bed length and obviously way more capacity? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, I won't take Stellantis at their word because 2027 is so far away. In automotive world, it's so far away, it makes no sense for them to even try and come back when they're already having struggles as it is. In addition to that, they've already spent so much money trying to, you know, send out these EV or hybrid vehicles that are also not soaring off the shelves. They're stuck with tons of stuff on their lot. They're suffering from major recall woes, major quality concerns that, you know, you can go out there and do your research and see that if this Rampage comes, which it would be an easy fix for them if they just brought the one in that they're making in other countries. However, I don't find that appealing, that look, and I don't think most buyers would. But then again, people like the Santa Cruz, so maybe they would. But at the end of the day, that is some Ram Stellantis news out there about the RAM page, if you will. And I just don't see it. Now, if they brought back something that looked like the old Dodge Dakota with that masculine face on it, it might be interesting. But this is going to be even smaller than what the old Dakota really was. So I just don't see it. But just wanted to share this information with you guys. Again, hope you liked the video. If you don't mind, thumbs up, notification bell so when I post new content. And I'm going to catch you on the next one.